188th day of 2020. There are 178 days left in the year. Make each and every day count. Each day is a gift as we continue following the holiday, and not just the 4th of July holiday, but a almost week off for me as well, although I did work Wednesday, the Rocket Mortgage Day. What a great Rocket Mortgage Classic it was indeed. And we're happily having Jason Langwell, the tournament executive director, and Bryson will be here, the winner. We got him right as he came off the golf course with his victory. We'll have that conversation for you on this Monday morning as well as we make each and every day count with the team. The team mixed up a little bit today with coming off the bench and doing a great job, as always, Marie Osborne in for
Good morning,
Dick.
Paul.
Good morning to you, Marie, and we see that beautiful light that you have and the circle in your eyes. It puts a little sparkle in your eyes here, Marie. Nice to have you with us, as always. Rich Luzinski is also in for Dana. Rich, always a pleasure having you around.
Well, thank you. Happy to be here.
And I'm on the edge of my seat wondering what kind of artwork, what kind of signs, if you'll bring a blender in and make a milkshake again, which then prompted Kim to make me a milkshake. So I'm up for all the excitement that comes our way through all of this. It's Brian Morton back in the booth. It is Kim, just got my coffee. God bless her. I'm spoiled. Here alongside of me in my home office, and of course our executive producer. We worked all weekend long, didn't we, Ann? Ann Thomas is here.
Good morning, Deb. Happy Monday.
Happy Monday. Did everyone have a good 4th?
Yes.
It was great.
Let me see all your digits. Nobody blew off a finger. Nobody did any of those homemade fireworks.
No.
Good job.
Fireworks. No.
Yeah, well, a bunch of people with their homemade fireworks show. I don't mean they'd make a quick trip to China to see how to make fireworks. The Brian Bryson DeChambeau, with an incredible win. He comes into the last round. I think he was down 3. He started off with like 4 birdies in a row, and he ended with 3 birdies in a row. It was fabulous golf. And we'll hear from him in just a little bit this morning. And how about that?
26 years old. Can you believe that?
It's
Unbelievable.
really an incredible story, and his first PGA win of the year here at the Rocket Mortgage Classic. The folks of Detroit, the big winners too, with a lot of money coming their way for charities. You saw they raised, what was it, 1.4? Under ridiculously difficult circumstances. So that's all good. Did you see that big moon out there?
Beautiful.
It was a beautiful moon. Kim and I were a little worried. We had the conversation that, what was that high-pitched noise I just heard? Anybody else hear that?
I did not hear that. Maybe it was your coffee maker.
No, too far away. So the buck moon.
Oh.
And Kim and I said, I don't know. I don't know. A view of the buck moon, and I don't know why it's called that. I just see last night just said moon. Last night began sundown.
Absolutely
traditionally, the full moon in July is called the buck moon because a buck's antlers are in full growth mode at this time. This full moon, also known as the thunder moon, because thunderstorms are so frequent during this month. This all according to the Old Farmer's Almanac. I think I like Thunder Moon better. I don't want to think of those poor bucks running around with an advertisement to shoot them. But anyway, so we both turned to each other and said, uh-oh, 4th of July, full moon, uh-oh. But as far as I know, we didn't have any major issues or problems, did we? I don't think so.
I think so. Marie would know.
Well,
it wasn't a great weekend for violence.
Yeah, I was going to say it was a very violent weekend around the country, and Detroit had quite a few incidents itself this weekend. So that was really an issue.
Chicago, I don't want to say thankfully, but Chicago has taken the pressure off Detroit because Chicago has become now the violence and murder capital of our country.
Right.
It's really out
Very
of control
serious,
in
right?
Chicago.
Yes.
They really have to figure something out there that they have not been able to figure out. 542 WJR.
This report is sponsored by Compassion International.
We're all feeling the weight of COVID-19, but for kids in poverty around the world, things are becoming desperate. Join Compassion International and provide for a family in poverty. Make your one-time $40 gift. Text HOPE to 83393.
And we're checking it. Our WJR traffic and weather first, and Rich Luzinski.
WJR Traffic First is also sponsored by North Bloomfield Properties. If you're looking for a place to call home, let North Bloomfield Properties find the best place for you and your family. They also provide pre-screened quality tenants to their property owners. They love to match good people to good homes. Contact them today. NorthBloomfield.com. No accidents at the moment. 2 lanes are closed on 8 Mile between Gratiot and I-94 due to construction. We also have road work on 12 Mile between Telegraph and Losser, slowing you down. And in Detroit on 2nd Avenue, it's closed between Palmer Avenue and Antoinette. Now, WJR Weather First from the Weather Channel, sponsored by Starline Mackinac Island Ferry. Hightail it to Mackinac Island on a Starline Hydrojet or Catamaran ferry. And now a new pirate ship, the Good Fortune. Starline offers the largest open-air boats disinfected before every trip with fares starting at $19. Get discount tickets and vacation packages at MackinacFerry.com. That's MackinacFerry.com. Here's your forecast.
Hot and humid again today. Mix of clouds and sun. Low to even mid-90s this afternoon. 71 tonight. More heat and humidity heading into Tuesday and Wednesday with a stray afternoon or evening storm possible. Low to mid-90s. From the Weather Channel, I'm meteorologist Ken Boone on News Talk 760 WJR.
How in the world did Rich get the buck moon behind him? Did you notice? Here, get out of the way, Rich. Rich, get out of the way for a second. Look at this buck moon. I didn't even notice it. Kim had to point it out to me. He has the buck moon. I'm telling you, this guy is magic. Rich, way to go. Oh, my goodness. How did he even know I'd bring it up, the buck moon? Rich,
It said magic.
I'm very, very impressed. It is 5:44, and Rush Limbaugh's with us Monday through Friday, noon to 3. He stops by first thing in the morning. No different this Monday morning. Good morning, Rush.
Last month, a guy named Jason Furman, top Obama regime economist, spoke to a bipartisan group of policymakers. He laid out what to expect when the economic shutdown is over. He predicted that they're about to see the best economic data in the history of the country. That's not good from their perspective. Now, many in the group couldn't believe it. They thought Professor Furman misspoke. But Furman has stuck to that forecast. He expects that as the economic lockdown passes, the American economy will come roaring back at an unprecedented rate. He says that we'll experience a steep and quick rebound, just like Trump has said, to counter the steep and quick shutdown. Now, Politico is reporting Democrats are dreading this, that they are spooked, that even a partial comeback will put Trump in the driver's seat for the November election. Now, think about this for a minute. Here we are. We're slowly coming out of an unprecedented economic catastrophe. Over 30 million Americans lost their jobs. Overnight, businesses had to shut their doors. Some may never come back. And what spooks Democrats? What are they dreading? Americans getting back to work, because that'll make President Trump look good. I'm telling you, folks, these people are sick. These Democrats are pathologically sick. The country will recover from COVID-19. Democrats will never recover from their hatred.
Rush Limbaugh, noon to 3 today, right here on WJR.
So won't it be interesting to see if other golfers start following that same diet that Bryson?
Oh, I guarantee you they will.
You think so?
I didn't read that, Ann. What diet is it?
Oh, it
eat,
seems like
eat
it's
too many calories diet.
It seems like it's heavy on protein.
Oh,
doesn't it, Paul? It's like
It's
eggs.
2 protein shakes in the morning with 5 eggs or 4 eggs, 5 pieces of bacon.
Yep.
I mean, it's a very specific high intake diet. And then he has a couple of those protein shakes on his golf cart with him when he's out there playing, and other food. He is definitely, the nutrition factor here is pretty phenomenal.
It's interesting.
Well, when you're 26, you can eat like that.
Yeah.
right?
I lost what Marie said.
Marie says when you're
Marie's breaking up
26.
to me, and it can. Oh, there you go. What was it?
He's 26. That's why he can eat like that.
Yeah, right. Don Kruger, good morning. After a week off, it's nice to see familiar voices.
Oh, yes.
Hi, Kelly.
Is she not breaking up to you guys?
No, not too much.
No.
Can you guys hear me?
I can hear
I
you,
can
and
hear
she's
you.
not breaking up to me.
Everybody's breaking up to me right now. Hello.
Breaking up is hard to do, Paul.
Okay.
This
All
could
right. She's
be.
breaking up to me. I don't know what that's about.
It could be your internet connection. Could be a little bit funny.
Oh, let's hope not.
There you go.
Can you hear me okay, Paul?
There
or
you
no?
go.
Uh-oh.
All right. So
Oh.
I can now, but you're not moving. So I don't know what that's all about. I don't care. Doesn't matter. Kim says I'm not supposed to talk about these things. Okay, I won't. I'll act like I hear you.
So what did you do over the weekend, Don?
Just hung out. We are laying especially low for a family that's been laying low. We were even lower because the count goes higher. But by the way, you have to remember the count goes higher because we've tested more. So if you have 1,000 people and you test 5 of them and 2 of them have COVID, you go, wow, that's bad. But at the same time, if somebody else tested 750 of the 1,000, you're going to have a few hundred people with COVID. That doesn't mean that's more people, newer people. It just means you've tested more, so you have bigger numbers. But there are still people out there spreading it, not wearing masks, going out, having parties, doing all kinds of things they should not do, not really caring about anyone else. So we're being extra careful. So we didn't do anything, really.
You're hearing the Paul W. Smith Show, News Talk 760, WJR.
Did you guys do something special for 4th of July or for this extended weekend? I had off anyway, but Friday was a holiday for a lot of people because of the 4th of July Saturday. Anything?
No, just spent time with family. It was great.
Yeah.
Just
same
kind of
here.
low
Same
key.
here.
Yep.
Yep.
Tried to
Big
stay out
Very
of
low key.
the big crowds.
Very low
Art.
key.
Yeah.
Good idea.
You know, that's a sad story out of Broadway about the Broadway
Terrible.
star.
Nick Cardero.
Yes.
Yeah, and his wife, I don't know if any of you had seen any interviews with his wife. She's also a Broadway star, and she was just so positive, always positive in the face of this story. And it was 90 days in the hospital, and he just underwent horrible. It was just a horrible run for him, just horrible. And he was in peak health, as they say, peak health.
Wow.
Yeah.
So he was just 41. They have a small child. Both of them are very well known on Broadway, and it's just heartbreaking. It really is.
Yeah. Just
So-
goes to show you that nobody's immune to it,
No.
even if you're young.
No, that's right.
That's
and
right.
that's why those young people who are bringing it home and killing their parents and grandparents and then having to live with that the rest of their lives, it's a horrible mistake. Back to a happier note, 6:35, and then we'll replay it at 8:05. We'll have Bryson DeChambeau coming off the course after winning the Rocket Mortgage Classic. Kim found the actual diet. Here it is. His usual diet: for breakfast, 4 eggs, 5 pieces of bacon, toast, and 2 protein shakes. Midday, peanut butter and jelly sandwich, Go Macro bar here and there, 2 shakes mid-round or every 6 holes, snacking when practicing after, and then dinner, generally steak, potatoes, and 2 shakes.
Is that healthy, really?
If you or I did it, we would fall over dead of a heart attack because we're not exercising the way he must be working out and exercising. If you know the rest of the story, he's built up tremendous muscle, and to the point of he's changed physically so much that they can't stop talking about it. But of course, it wasn't just his fabulous, unbelievably long, powerful drives. His putting helped him win this tournament, which doesn't get as much play, but that's extremely important. They used to say, what did they say? Swing, hit for dough. No, what was it? Oh,
hit for show.
Drive for show,
Right.
putt for dough,
Yes.
and putt for dough, or something for the
Yes.
the winning. You got to be a good putter. It's like when we used to play our WJR partners, the Detroit Red Wings. Those guys, those hockey players, could they ever hit the ball a mile? Unfortunately, that included when they lined up their putt. So, a lot of power there.
A lot of power there. Yeah, very impressive. I'll tell you that.
How about, I didn't watch it because I just can't anymore. And I was looking for the stone skipping contest, and Eric the Voice Steiner will join us a little later. He was up there. I did not make it up to Mackinac for a variety of reasons. I'm trying to get as healthy as I can right now, fighting a few things. But going to look for the stone skipping contest on Mackinac Island, I went right by the Nathan's hot dog eating contest.
Who won that?
Joey Chestnut
guy.
set a record
The same guy, yeah.
with 75 hot dogs. I couldn't eat 75 hot dogs in a week.
Does anybody else think that's like really gross?
Oh, I think it's. I think we'll watch one of these guys die.
I do too.
Eventually,
I
we will
know.
see somebody
It's-
die.
I just think it's gross.
He's only lost once since 2007.
Wow.
Apparently, he trains for this. Like just during the year, he trains and he's got a whole routine, like before game day, that he has to do and everything. Yeah, it's kind of crazy.
Is he a large man?
No. He's a normal size guy.
Wow.
Whatever that means.
It's all
I mean, he's not a large
stretching
guy.
his stomach and his throat, and there's a whole thing that he does.
And it's so gross to watch that I've seen it. I never have to see it again.
Right, I agree.
I just don't. Does anyone else? Are allergies especially bad right now?
Yes.
Bad.
Because I'm getting
Bad.
slammed.
Yes.
I can't keep my nose from running. I'm just about to take some stuff. This is crazy. What the heck is going on? Can't it be too hot to kill everything or too cold to kill everything? Is there nothing that takes care of this stuff?
Rich, is that Joey Chestnut that we see
Yeah, I
there?
wanted you to be able to see what he looks like.
See,
Oh,
he's
Rich,
not-
God
he's-
bless you.
He's not a large.
Yep, there he is.
His shirt's kind of sticking out, but he's not a large guy.
Well,
No.
Thank you, Rich.
Not at all.
how old is he? How old is he? I can't see it on my paper, my story here.
That's a good question.
Oh,
I'll find out.
36. He's 30. He's 36. And
Going on
and
9.
so wait until here's what's going to happen, because we've all been there. He's thin, really, comparatively speaking, for a guy just ate 75 hot dogs. The day he turns 40, he's gonna blossom. He's gonna boom. He's gonna. I'm Joey Chestnut.
Maybe
You know,
another thing
It
here.
happened for me at 40. It'll happen to him at 40. He'll just be huge then. The metabolism changes.
Yeah.
Hey, how about the hydroxychloroquine story that here's a teachable moment with the institutional media. It came out Thursday that the Henry Ford study shows that it cuts the death rate. Oh my God. A positive story about a drug the president was talking about that they sent out every reporter they could and everybody they could possibly to say how wrong he was and everything else. So it comes out Thursday. They don't run it in the Friday paper. They run it in the poorly circulated Saturday paper. And then they won't just give credit to the president. That can't be done. There's the headline, front page. Study, drug pushed by Trump and Musk saves lives. Wait a minute. Where does Elon Musk come in? I never heard them criticizing the president and Elon Musk. They only criticize the president. Look it up. Google the number of stories that told us how wrong the president was, and then Google the number of stories that show the president happened to be right. And you have to open your eyes. I don't care if you hate the president or love the president. I just want you to be aware of the manipulation by the mainstream media. It's got to stop. And the only way it's going to stop is if we speak up and say, just give us the news. We want to know the truth. Report the news. Don't give us your own political slant to everything. That's for the editorial page, not the front page. It's 5:57 at WJR.
This report is sponsored by Compassion International.
We're all feeling the weight of COVID-19, but for kids in poverty around the world, things are becoming desperate. Join Compassion International and provide for a family in poverty. Make your one-time $40 gift. Text HOPE to 83393.
And we're going to be back in this roundtable right after the news, but taking us there are WJR Traffic and Weather First with Rich Luzinski.
WJR Traffic First is also sponsored by the Mechanical Contractors Association of Detroit. When your commercial, industrial, public, or residential project calls for plumbers, pipe fitters, or HVAC service technicians, the Mechanical Contractors Association of Detroit connects you with the very best highly skilled and trained union contractors. To get started on your next project, visit mcadetroit.org. No accidents at the moment. 2 lanes are closed on 8 Mile between Gratiot and I-94. We also have road work on 12 Mile between Telegraph and Gloucester. That's slowing you down. And in Detroit on 2nd Avenue, that's closed between Palmer Avenue and Antoinette. Now, WJR Weather First from the Weather Channel. Clear skies right now, 82 degrees already. I'm Rich Luzinski, WJR News in 2 minutes. Paul's doing his Claude Rains impression, it looks like, right now.
Rich, do you have a green screen there in back of you? That's what I'm looking at.
I do,
Rich?
indeed. Yes. Yep.
Okay.
Yes. That's the man behind the curtain, so to speak, the illusion. Kind of like when you see the weather person
Right.
show you what's going on with the weather.
Right. Very cool.
Well, thank you.
And then you're hooked up to your laptop. Do you have your laptop, or are you doing that from the office desktop?
I'm just here in the office doing that. Trying to make the best of the deserted news booth, I guess. The deserted news in this area.
I know. All right, I'm dropping here, guys.
Okie doke. Marie's got great lighting. It's like an MGM musical. I can't believe
it. It's very good lighting, isn't it? It's great.
It's outstanding.
Good morning. We've got all kinds of listeners up and running.
Yeah, you folks have a loyal fan base here, don't you?
Yes. Pretty much a group. There's a pretty good group that gets up really early.
Yeah.
And hangs out with us.
That's wonderful. Dedicated listeners. And watchers.
Yes, yeah, absolutely. It's great.
We love our listeners. Oh, yes, we do. We love our listeners and viewers, too. Oh, listeners and viewers, we love you. Yeah, Marie has the best lighting. Marie, you have to tell us what that light is so we can all get it.
I think it's a giant ring.
It is, but there's... Oh, she's doing the news. I forgot. She's working.
Yeah.
Tell her to stop. Just tell her.
Stop that working. Oh, you have a green screen behind you.
Yes.
Oh, Rich, you're so talented.
Well, thank you. That's very kind of you to say. Appreciate
Well, I'm just amazed at how quickly you get this stuff going.
Well, thank you.
So it was a pretty quiet 4th around the Smith household.
It was a quiet 4th, yeah. It looked, though, like some people were out and about. Boy, I saw some crowded beaches and...
Oh, yeah. There were a lot of people out and about.
It's making me nervous.
Yep. Got to wear the masks.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Just wear the mask. No big deal.
Wear the mask. Sometimes a mask is just a mask. It's not a political statement. Right. It's a mask.
I'm nervous too because I'm seeing less people wearing masks in the grocery store. And
oh yeah,
I thought you had to wear a mask in a public place.
So true. There's signs.
Nobody wants to fight, and the people who aren't wearing the masks are fighting. They're in a fighting mood. They know they're supposed to wear a mask, but doggone it, I'm an American. No one's going to tell me how to save people's lives.
So Jose Feliciano.
Oh my
coming
God!
On,
what a
right?
story, yeah. So Kim and I are sitting there, and an ant crawls over her foot And she freaks out. And I don't blame her. And we clearly have more ants than we've seen. I mean, there's just a lot of ants. I don't know what it is.
I have a lot of ants too on the back patio.
Well, we have them around the pool. We have them all over the place. So she said, "Could you please call your friends at Rose?" And so I said, I certainly will do that. And I looked up the number, and under the number there is of a woman named what was her name? It ties into the story, Kim. Besides worrying about wherever we were, the woman's name is Felicia. Felicia was the woman. So I have it under Felicia because I don't know her last name. It says Felicia/Rose. So Kim is looking at my phone as I'm calling Felicia/Rose Pest Control, and she said, "You have Jose Feliciano's phone number?" And I said, "Well, I used to. I have no idea. I haven't called him at that number in a very long time." And it actually said, Donna, his wife, handles his phone calls and stuff. He's blind. He doesn't, he may use a cell phone, but she's in charge and she's helping him with his business forever. And so Felicia, I leave a message on the phone saying, "I hope this is Jose Feliciano's number still. This is Paul W. Smith, WJR Radio. He's been on the show with me before, blah, 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 blah." A few minutes later, the phone rings, and it's Donna Feliciano, and Jose is standing. Okay, I'm sorry, Susan, not Donna. Okay, Susan Feliciano. I know, but it's a little distracting because I'm having help on the story here. Susan Feliciano calls back and does the old test, the way you run interference for me, the way Kim runs interference for me. And she's running interference, wants to know who this guy is calling Jose Feliciano. And then she remembers WJR. She remembers the stuff. And so I've passed the test. And all of a sudden, Jose's on the phone. And we had a 45-minute incredible conversation.
Wow. I
didn't realize it. Susan is from Detroit, his wife. Jose loves Detroit. I think I wrote about it in my column today, the column in the Detroit News this morning, and he misses and loves, of all things, Vernors. He's a Vernors guy. So
that's awesome.
I tried to get a hold of the Vernors PR people to say, in fact, I did get a hold of two Vernors PR people around somewhere in the country. They were not in Detroit. And I said, if you can get some Vernors to him before I have him on the air Monday morning, it'll be fabulous for you guys, and it'll be fun for Jose and his wife. Never heard from anybody. No one ever called me back. I mean, it'd be a miracle if they sent him some Vernors. I gave them the address to send it to and all that. But
great.
Never heard back, so I doubt very much that happened. But anyway, we have a conversation with him live at 8:35 this morning that will be fun, because he has a new song out, reimagined song about I'm America. And in the video that goes with it, Detroit is prominently there with the 68 World Series, when he played the national anthem and got booed.
The Paul W. Smith Show, News Talk 760, WJR.
Good Monday morning to you. It's the 6th of July, the 188th day of 2020. There are 178 days left in the year. Make each and every day count. Each day is a gift. With the team. Marie Osborne is in on news for Dick Hafner. Rich Lazinski taking care of, good morning, Marie. Rich Lazinski taking care of business, traffic, and weather.
Good morning.
Dana, good morning to you. Brian Morton is in the studio trying to balance the volume on all the different things that we hear in our headphones. Kim is here, 15 seconds late, and chatting along and helping with information. And our executive producer, Ann Thomas.
Good morning, Deb. Happy Monday.
Happy Monday. Hope you all had a fabulous 4th, that you stayed safe. You didn't blow any appendages off with your own fireworks display. And hey, we still have fireworks coming for Detroit, right?
Yes, at the end of August.
Don't we?
August 31st, Deb.
Whatever happened to them?
They're coming at the end of August.
Okay, end of August. Okay. All right. Very good. So,
and are they still going to do the whole party and everything?
No,
Are they
I
going
No.
to do the whole?
no.
No.
Mm-mm, no.
That part I know for sure.
Yes.
But we may be up on the party floor, up in the parking lot on the garage. We may or may not. Don't know that for sure yet. We talked about doing it, but Channel 4 will be there, and the fireworks will only be on television and possibly radio. But we'll see. We don't know. It's a different time. I mean, it's a whole different time for everything, isn't it?
That's right. Absolutely.
All right.
But we will be involved.
Yeah, we'll always be involved. Bright fireball over Tokyo explodes with a force of 165 tons of TNT. Has anyone figured out what that was yet?
No. Oh, I do not know what that was.
I never. What was it? Godzilla?
Perhaps.
Maybe, yeah.
You should consider it.
Do you know what the most American vehicle for 2020 is?
The most American vehicle.
Did you know all vehicles? I first saw this at Mr. C's car wash. He printed a chart of American cars and where all the different parts came from, and you go, oh my
Right.
goodness, 70% of the parts didn't come from America. What are they saying? But anyway, Cars.com has released their list of the most American vehicles for 2020, and the Ford Ranger topped the list for those looking to shop for the most American-made vehicle. Ranger assembled in Wayne, Michigan, for vehicles based on their factory location, sourced parts, and number of Americans employed by an automaker. The Jeep Cherokee came in second. Tesla took the number 3 and 4 spot for most American-made vehicle for the Tesla Models S and 3. And the 2020 Honda Odyssey rounds out the top 5, quote, most American vehicles.
It's
Isn't that
interesting.
kind of
Yeah.
interesting, kind of astonishing, really?
Yeah. Very interesting.
So, men's makeup goes mainstream in the U.S. Really? Okay. Well, not around me. Not in our house.
You're
So,
not going
Do you
down that
use-
road?
Do you
No.
use moisturizer, Paul? Not
I've
even
used
moisturizer?
Kiehl's. I've used Kiehl's moisturizer
Yeah,
for
that's a good one.
40 plus years.
Oh, really?
Because when I met the family when I was working in New York City, and you go into the Kiel store, that's not there anymore, I'm sure, but in New York City, and he had an airplane or a race car, something, I can't remember. He had something odd in the place. And I learned the whole story. I learned of his daughter dating this guy who was an athlete, and then there was some products that came out under his name, like Hediger, or I can't remember. But I learned the whole story. I got to know the guy. And I can't remember if it was actually Mr. Kiel or the guy who took over the company or whatever, but it was interesting. And I noted that a lot of people in the show business and modeling and all of that used and swore by Kiehl's, K-I-E-H-L, Marie, is that it?
S-L-S, yeah, apostrophe
Yeah.
S.
They swore by these products, and I started using the moisturizer, and there was a blue liquid I used to use when I shaved, and all good stuff.
It's like the real deal. Like it's very like there's not a lot of commercialism around it.
Although
It's
it's
very
been bought
natural.
out. It's been bought out by like L'Oreal or something.
Yeah, right. Of course, everything's been bought
But if
out.
they
by
were, isn't that the truth, Marie?
everything.
If you get a product today, there's like one big holder of all those businesses. You see it in the cruise business.
Yes.
Those cruise lines are all owned by one company, it seems.
Yes.
And then when they have a recall on something, like on beef or something, there's like 47 brand names.
Exactly.
And it all comes from one place.
Exactly. Well, we had a thing over the weekend. I wanted to know where my husband brought a bag of cherries. And a lot of times when you buy these frozen cherries, they don't come from the United States. They come from Turkey.
Yeah.
So he bought another brand because I said I want a domestic brand. So he brought another brand. And I said, wow, it says here it's distributed by this company in Minneapolis. Let me go to their website. Let me see where these cherries are from. I don't know where they came from.
But they weren't from America. If you can't find it, it's generally it's probably they're doing that for a reason if they make it really difficult.
But more importantly, was this for cherry pie?
Well, no, I use cherry in my oatmeal and stuff like that. But Ann, cherry pie sounds like a really good idea.
Nothing
That
more
time of
American.
year.
Nothing
Right.
more American than a good cherry pie. To me, I know some people
I
say
agree
apple
with you,
pie,
Paul.
but I
I'm with
love
Paul.
cherry pie. I
Me
do.
So
too.
tomorrow morning, I might be eating a cherry pie, and
Oh boy.
3 of you will have to watch.
Rich
I
will
don't know.
Rich will whip up a cherry pie before you can even make that. Hey,
I would.
I know that people, wherever they stand politically, have got to look at this next election as being bizarre. The choices, the people who don't like President Trump, the people who like Joe Biden, who doesn't know where he is at any one time. So, as weird as you thought the election was going to be, does anyone else feel that it just got weirder with Kanye West throwing his hat into the ring to run for president of the United States?
Is he really going to do that?
Well, that's what he's. There's no better
And
way to put this.
there's
That's what he's
money
threatening.
there.
That's what he's
Yeah.
threatening to do.
And there's money there, Ann.
Mark Cuban supports him. Elon Musk, what a surprise. Elon Musk supports him.
Well, that definitely adds a whole new element to the.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
That's putting it in a nice way, a whole new element. I like that. I like the way you say that. It is 6:13 at WJR.
This report is sponsored by ExpressPros.com. Looking for an easier way to find your next job? It's time to get to know Express Employment Professionals. Visit ExpressPros.com to find one of over 830 locations to help support your workforce needs.
And we're checking it for you and saying goodbye off the pictures of our social media for this morning. Still coming to you loud and clear on social media and 760 WJR at 6:14. Coming up, Mary Kramer, Cranes Communications, in just a couple of minutes. But right now, our WJR traffic and weather first, and Rich Luzinski.
Still no incidents. 2 lanes are closed on 8 Mile between Gratiot and I-94 due to construction. We also have road work on 12 Mile between